grab Steve Cotter inside my guard, please. Guard fundamentals, very, very simple. Start with our feet in our hip position and our leg position. I think a lot of the time that when we're playing full guard or closed guard, people assume there's just like one guard to rule them all. There's a whole pile of different guards that I want to play from closed guard, and they're all essential. So the first things first is that I understand my partner will generally pass my guard to my right hand side. So if to his left hand side, to my right hand side. So anytime that my foot is under, this is really easy for my partner to open up the guard. So I always like to put my foot over the top. So if Steve does try to push my leg down, it's locked into position. Now, this is the schools of thought, and it's pros and cons on both sides, right? So I'm not saying one's better than the other, but they have different objectives. This is what we call a low guard. So this would be my starting guard position, and what I'm doing is I'm trying to keep my weight onto Steve's hips. So it's harder for Steve to manipulate and to move because I can keep my weight down. Secondly, it also enables Steve to kind of push my leg down because it's so like he gets the ability to push and to grab my legs down, which is easier for him. Understanding that, I generally get my grip on this side. So if Steve's right hand on my left hand side is forward, I'll generally go to this side here. But I'm not going to pull, I'm just going to get a grip, but I want a really strong grip. So I'm trying to get roll the collar or roll the sleeve in, and I'm turning my hand up a little bit. As Steve goes to push my leg down, I'm making two motions. Now mine is, I'll pull my collar, I'll push my hand, and I shoot my triangle. This is the first one that we're going to have a look at. And it's not a deep triangle, but it's enough to start the game. So once again, I'm going to go collar grip, sleeve grip. And as Steve starts to push, from here he says, I'll pull and I'll push. Now, he's got to hold my leg because he's like good at jiu-jitsu. So what I'm doing, I'm putting my knee forward, but my arm stays, like I'm almost arm barring myself. Ideally, I'm throwing it up nice and high, and my hand stays inside the collar. This will help prevent my partner from posting up. Secondly, what I'm going to do from here is my right hand's going to come over the top of the head and hold the head. This will enable me to move and to also start what we call like an Ezekiel choke. It's not a good choke, but it's enough to be a threat. Cross my feet, and what I'm doing from here is this. I'm going to put my top leg, my left leg, down on the ground, and I squeeze my knees together to get the choke. If I simply squeeze my knees together from here, I don't get the pressure on the triangle. So my foot goes down, and that also means that I'm cutting the angle, and now as I squeeze, the choke comes on a lot tighter. So it's a very simple mechanic. So from here, full guard, open up the collar, hand goes in, hand goes in. Okay, pull forwards, punch my hand, pull my knee to my chest, over, cup the head. So I'm kind of like doing a loop choke. I can go collar and lasso as well if I want to, but I like to get, so thumb in the back from there, foot on the hip, set up here, top knee, so top foot goes to the ground, squeeze my knees and slowly raise my hips. It's a super fast choke, very easy to do. The whole principle and the mechanics behind it is that I'm playing a low guard and I'm enticing my partner to push my leg down. This will enable the triangle, which will be the first one that we're going to have a look at. Thank you. Ian, come in. Okay, so full guard, number one. Right hand to open up the collar, left hand to go in. If I find to go my left hand, I don't get it quite deep enough. So I generally kind of go this way, so he has to post. 1, 2, got it. Close my guard up. Everyone look at that. So as Ian goes to push my leg open, from here it's this. Pull forwards, push, pull my leg over. Cut the top, I do like to go thumb in. Pull. Now, because Ian's kind of kept his weight to the side, I simply switch and do my collar choke. So if he keeps here, foot onto the hip, and he pulls the arm in, collar choke. So from here, foot onto the hip, Now, I tuck my hand out because it's not moving very well at the moment. Okay, so from here, my leg goes over and I cross. What people do from here is they squeeze. What I'm doing is my top foot goes to the ground, and as it goes to the ground, I slide my head. Now I squeeze my knees, and the choke comes on super fast. So instead of fighting from here, I go foot down, head slides, and squeeze my knees, and it's a super fast choke. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. This one. Okay. So it gets to come around factory for me, please. Okay. It's the same deal again. Is close guard, right foot over my left foot, hand goes in the collar grip, and this time, right, what I'm doing is I have a little kind of a system I like to play to break my partner down. And what I'm doing is I'm just keeping my grips. Ollie's being smart, so he's not initiating the guard pass, he's not giving me too much space. So what I'm doing is I'm going to keep my thumb high, and I'm keeping a little bit of tension down, so I'm not pulling forward because his frame system is pretty good, so I keep my tension down. And what I'm doing is I'm keeping the weight loaded onto his head and to his shoulders, which makes it harder, not impossible, harder for them to move. Now, I understand that most people, because the hand position's on my back line, they're looking to either do one of two things. To stand, which would be one of the most common things, or to put their knee into my butt. Okay. So, the standing one's pretty easy. Right? As soon as I feel the weight onto my belt to push up, I'll pull my knees forward. It's one of the most common things. Hand goes over, and I do like to grip my sleeve. Right. Rock out to the side, so kick your hips, and here's your first choke. Not really easy choke system, but sorry, babe?
I was going to say, turn.
Yeah, I'll do the angle in a sec. Okay. So here, what I'm doing is I feel the tension, like I know here. So here, so what I'm doing is my elbow's down, and I'm pulling my hand, but I'm just posting. I'm not moving this one at all. It's kind of like I don't want this to move. What I'm doing is I kind of raise my feet, pull my knees in, and my hand goes out. And what I'm doing is I'm cupping. So I'm cupping to here, like in the Ezekiel. If I can get my thumb in, better. If I can get my grip better. Everyone in this jawline, don't care. This is the part that makes it work best. Is I push my hands in deep. So I'm not rolling first. I shove my hands in deep. Kick my feet like a pendulum, and now just apply pressure. I know that they can hand fight. The trouble is, it's so high against their back, it's quite hard, to get. And by the time they do, the choke's pretty much on. It's quite a nasty little choke, like it's a loop choke variation. So from here, 1 and 2. Once again, core fundamentals is feet comes up, pull my knees to my chest, head goes down, grip first before you switch it, because I want the head control. Okay, so kick, line up. Now if I'm on his jawline, that's his fault, not mine. Swing. What I'm going to find is that this is, like they're kind of like, man, there's a lot of tension on the neck. Here, I now close my guard back up and just start to slow squeeze. A really sneaky, really fast little choke. Look, like as long as if they push my elbows, they're going to get out of it. But I'm definitely going to get the advantage because it's a threat. So, it's a legitimate threat on my partner. And what's going to happen is you now drawing the hands away from the body, so I can now start to do my secondary attacks, whatever like that. Okay. Blind Fury from here.
Sorry, Adam.
Yes.
With your first hand going in because you're doing Ezekiel, do you worry about it being too deep, or are you still trying to set it up as if it would be a cross collar?
My left hand?
Yes.
Yeah.
The first
so,
initial. Because it's a loop
good
versus.
question, mate. Yeah. Okay. So I always, this is one thing is, one of the things I don't like to do is I like to kind of pull the collar out to get my hand. I don't like to pull the collar because I can't quite get it in deep. So I'm generally here and I get my hand in. As long as it's kind of my wrist is underneath the jaw, I'm okay. Because the secondary motion when I bring it round, it's going to tighten it up. So here and here. First things first is break my partner down, comes over, and over. Here. Kick, 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 rock and roll, squeeze. Oh, is this Ezekiel? Yeah, it's Ezekiel, yeah. So if Ian uses his right hand to push my elbow off from here, this is where I start to go to, because he has to bring the elbow away from the body. And I understand it'll be this side. So I'm taking that, so I'm going to have a secondary attack, you know? So 1, 2, break, oh, hello. Break my part down over the top. I do like to try and go thumb in, but like if I can't, it's not a weight, I just grab hold of it. Okay, kick my partner back, rock and roll. He pushes the elbow. It's not going to make any difference. By the time I cinch that up, it's on pretty tight anyway. Okay, 1, 2, 3. This is kind of the pathway where I start to open up, depending on what we want to do, where we want to go. There's kind of myriad of options. There's so many possibilities to go through. But what I want to do is I want to keep it really fundamental and I want to keep it really basic. I don't want to go too far advanced. I don't want to go too far. So I'm just going to keep this as a really fundamental kind of game from here. And this is something that I think I see as a flaw in the system, where people allow their opponents to get to better positions, and they don't understand the consequences of their actions until it's later, or they think that that's in their game, whatever like that. So I just grab Ollie inside my guard again, and this is one of the things that I see. I'm going to just wait just a little bit. Yes. So I've got my collar grip and I'm playing the low guard, right hand over this. Once my partner puts either their elbow or their hand onto my leg to start to do it, what I see people do now is they kind of don't deal with the situation from here, because Ollie has the better position, the inside position, right? He wants to open my guard, and what I see people do is they go feet down and to sweep, which I give him what I want. They go the triangle, so I'm like, pull forward, and if Ollie keeps the elbow on the inside but pushes out, as I go, I can't get my leg. So there's a lot of options from here that are better for him and not so good for me. So I've got two choices. Well, I've got more than two choices. I've got two major choices that I like to see, and this is something that I want to work on to regain my guard, to make him behind the line. And I understand that pulling this here, if my partner's strong or got my belt or got my gear, this isn't the best option ever, right? Because we're going to have this fight, and like it's quite a tight fight. So I'm going to change my grip to the elbow. So I change my grip to the elbow. And what I'm doing, put my foot on the hip, kick to pull him forward, to reset. But, and what I see so many times that they're fighting from, come on man, come on, like come on. Like here, foot, kick, thank you. And it puts me back in to a really nice, yeah.
I hate when you do that to me.
The legs open on play, oh shit. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, but we've got to not allow them to get advantages or ahead in the game. Once this happens and we're here and I'm still playing this, I'm physically pulling my partner past my guard now. You think about it. If Ollie steps up or knee slices, whatever, he's passing my guard. Like, okay, and now I have to go to defense mode. Like, which is, like better for you. And it's that. I want that exact. I hate it when I want that flush. Like, man, like I'm here. I've got Adam's leg. It's opening. Like, yep, no, it's not. It's like, fuck. Excuse my French. And here, and so I'm, man, this is my game. All of a sudden, it's like you're no longer looking to go. You're like, holy shit, he's got a hand in the collar. Yeah. So this changes the game. So you're now all of a sudden, your choice. You're going to try and pass my guard. You're going to allow me to choke you. Yeah, you know what I mean. But all of a sudden, you're now defending what I'm doing.
Yeah, you're ahead of the game.
Yeah. And as long as I'm ahead of the game, I'm winning. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, hand on the outside, hold it, foot, kick, pull, no sweep, no triangle, no armbar. Close your guard up, nice and high. Thank you. All right, the game. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. fun. So full guard again. Just the game, get my grips. 1, 2, control. This is a game, anytime that my partner moves, I'm breaking. So the first ones I'm always trying to break my partner down. And even if they don't move, I'm always trying to break my partner down. The less the ability for them to have tension and the more ability they have to be able to move with the less tension, the better for them. So I kind of want to keep the tension. One of the main reactions that you're going to find is that they're going to use their left hand to open up the leg. Your choice from here. Can I grip break to go to the triangle? No. Outside, pull, back into guard, collar choke. Very simple. If I can grip break off here, boom, hit my triangle. The next option will be that I'm here, I break my partner down, my partner goes, and you're going to hear this, they're going to stand. So they're going to put their hands onto my chest and they're going to bounce up to their feet to stand. Keep this tight. This is the key. Keep this tight. Okay. I want you guys to think about it this way, right? Try and keep your guard closed and try and swing your hand as deep as you can underneath your body. Try and keep your guard closed and try and swing your hand as deep as you can underneath the body. Flip for your sweep. The trouble is, once my partner bounces up, so he stands to the feet, if I'm doing the back sweep, I've got to let go. And there's that little bit of a chance that he's got good balance or posture. So what I'm doing from here, hand, under. Whether it's the armbar, whether it's a sweep, it gives me far more options. Right? There's a lumberjack sweep here which we'll throw in a bit later, which is a bit more advanced. But for now, okay, so collar grip, break my partner down. Here they coach, stand up, stand up, stand up. Here, right, so before they get their distance, keep the tension, raise my hips underneath, so I'm trying to get to the far side. Swing, open my legs. One, two, three. Break my partner down, elbow on the outside from the hip, boom, feeling pretty good. Ollie puts off my hip, stands up. Right here, it stands up, it's quite hard to stand, and I'm like, I can't. Just grab this one.
Well, that's what I wanted to do.
Just grab this one.
Okay, that's
It's not quite as good. Keep the tension, control the shoulder, leg comes over. Even though I'm not holding the arm, it's still, I'm actually not holding the arm.
No,
But,
I'm trying to get it out.
Yeah. So if I do traditional arm bar, you can pull your arm out really easy. If I cross this foot over, it's really hard. But now I can switch
It's done.
to the arm bar. So it's a leg wraps over the shoulder, like I'm doing a triangle on the arm bar. So if I can't get the far leg, get the near leg. The part that I see, it's really unusual, is, it's not unusual, it makes common sense when you hear it. Break my partner down, break my partner down, he stands up, is this. I can't pull on his leg to my head because his weight's on it. So I undo, I take my head to the leg. This will cut the angle, this will cut the angle, that will lock it up.
You're lifting the hips up.
Yep, so he pulls the arm out. Even though I'm not holding the
Yeah.
arm,
It's all on my shoulder, yeah.
yeah, it's super tight. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Steve, look. Just I want to take the space away. The more space my partner has, the better it is for him to be able to pass the guard within reason. Right. But I need to make sure that if I'm closing the space down, it's better for me. So I've broken my partner down, foot on hip, and here my partner stands up. Okay. So if you think about it this way, sis, anytime I'm using my hips to push my partner along, this is bad for him. He's just going to do exactly what Steve, the old man, shuffle backwards, and then we're in guard part, and he can open up my legs. This is far better for my partner. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get my hips to come over my head. How do I do that? Right, so keep the tension. So I'm kind of like trying to duck my chin down, and I'm here. So I try to shoot my hips over my head. Secondly, if I close this one down first, right, yes, I'm controlling the head, but I lose the arm because there's zero control. If I close this one down first, I'm on the shoulder, there's tension, and he can't pull the arm out. So I shoot high, and I'm trying to get behind the shoulder to keep the tension that way, so it's harder for him to pass guard. Because you think about, sorry Steve, you stand up, right? So here, if I go here, if Steve puts his head to the ceiling and walks backwards, his bum towards me, he's going to be able to, number one, knee bar me, pass my guard, etc., etc. How do I stop that? Really easy, I'll put my foot that way. So now he walks backwards, the tension's on the shoulder, so it's hard. Where if I'm just here, there's no control. Secondly, it's because my hips are down low, he's not carrying my weight, there's zero weight. So I want to kind of go, hey, take my weight, and I want to lock this up super tight. I'm on this. So now, from here is, if I simply start to put my feet down, if he pulls the arm out, it's actually really hard to pull you out. And I'm not going to sit there and go, hey, try and pull your arm out. I'm going to be on the arm bar straight away. So hips to the ceiling, shoot underneath your partner, and lock the shoulder. 1, 2, 3.